Hi guys, this is going to be the tutorial to show you how to make this cute little daisy bookmarker. And this bookmarker is made for paperback books. So if you usually read hardback books or something like that, all you have to do is just add more chains here. So it's really flexible. So all you need for this project is a little bit of yellow and a little bit of white, 3.5 size millimeter hook or size E in the US, a pair of scissors, and you're also going to need a piece of cardboard. It's better if you can get like a thin cardboard, like maybe a cereal box or something. Cut it like double the size of this, fold it in half, because you're going to need this to make the tassel. And if it has two, then you can just slide the scissors like in between the two pieces, and this makes it easier to cut. But you can do it with anything really. Just get something that's about, let's see, it says here that it's about 10 centimeters long. But it's just for the length of the tassels here. If you want it longer, then cut a wider piece. So it's up to you. Now, get your yellow here. I'm going to start with the center of the flower. Get your 3.5 millimeter hook. Adjust my camera here, it's a bit high. Okay, so what you want to do is start off by chaining 5. Slip stitch in the beginning chain to form a ring, and then you want to chain 3. And you want to slip stitch now into the center of that ring that you just made. So slip stitch into the center ring, then chain 3 again, and slip stitch into the center ring, and chain 3 again, and slip stitch in the center ring, and one more time, chain 3, slip stitch in the center ring. Now we want to start working in the back loops. So what we want to do now is we want to chain 4, and then flip it over. And you see there's these 2 back stitches here. You want to slip stitch into those and chain 4 again. Turn, slip stitch in the next set of back stitches here. Chain 4, slip stitch in the next set of back stitches. Chain 4, and slip stitch into this beginning back stitch. It's just going to be a single one. After that, you want to chain 1 and cut your yarn. Now you want to get your white. And you're going to want to slip stitch using the ones that you just did, the ones that you slip stitched into the back with, one of the chain 4 spaces. You want to slip stitch your white into one of those chain 4 spaces and chain 3, and then do 2 double crochets, and then chain 3 again, which is going to bring you back down here where you can slip stitch into that chain 4 space. And that's your first petal. Now slip stitch into the chain 4 space to the left, chain 3, do 2 double crochets, and then chain 3, and slip stitch into the chain 4 space, then slip stitch into the chain 4 space to the left. Continue that for the next 2 chain 4 spaces. Now I've just got done with my 4 petals. Now to make the 5th petal, what you want to do is there's a little spot here in between. And that space there is what you want to use to make the 5th. All you want to do, slip stitch into that like you would the chain 4 spaces. I don't know why my camera is not focusing. And you want to chain 3, do 2 double crochets and chain 3 just like you did to make the other petals. Chain 3 and slip stitch back to that same little space, and that's going to make your 5th petal. And what you want to do now is just chain 1 and cut your yarn. And I just put my needle through the back stitches here, pull my yarn through, cut my little tails. Okay, that's the top petal here. I want to change back to my yellow. And you want to attach the chain so that the petal's on the top and the chain's on the bottom. But you want to hide it, so attach it from the back somewhere. There's a little connection piece here. You can attach it to that if you want. Or if you prefer to just go through the stitches, that's cool. So now, once you slip stitched on there, start to chain. I chained about 40 to 45. I started chaining 40, and this yarn here is kind of thinner. It's 10 ply, regular wash weight yarn, but it's thinner than, like, say this one. See? This is wash weight yarn too, but it's thicker. So if you have thinner yarn, you really only need to chain 40 if you're making one for a regular paperback. And if you have a thicker yarn like this, then you probably need to chain 45. Since I have a thinner yarn with this one, I'm going to go ahead and just chain 40. 1, 2, 3, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Of course, if you're making it for a large paperback, then you probably want to keep the book next to you. Chain and then test it on the book, you know. 7, 8, 9, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. Okay. Now when you get to your last chain, you want to pull up, leaving yourself kind of a loop here, big loop. Then give yourself, you know, maybe 1.5 inches or so, a couple inches of tail. And we're going to be making our tassel. You get your cardboard piece. I'm keeping one of the tails down here, hold it, and wrap it around about 10 times. Unless you're using 2 colors. If you wanted to use, say, like the yellow and the white, you could combine both of the, you know, ones together and wrap it only 10 times. I mean 5, sorry, 5 times. But if you're using a single strand, then do 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And end on the same side that you began. And cut your yarn. Now cut your yarn off of your cardboard. Lay them out flat like that. And now you need to get a couple of pieces that you're going to use to tie. It's better to have it longer than shorter. So cut 2 pieces about the same length You're going to be using these as ties. Take one of them. I'm going to lay it down like that and just lay my stuff on top of it here. And tie a knot into the center. Tie it a couple times. Then pull it up, keeping the ties you just tied. Fold the others in half. Grab your other bit of string. Now you're going to be wanting to make a head for the tassel. So holding one with your thumb, wrap this around about 5 or 6 times or whatever you feel comfortable with. And try to keep these somewhat the same. Then you want to tie snug but not too tight. Okay. Now you can take the 2 strings here that you just tied, put your needle through that area you just made for the head, and just pull them through, just like that, so that they come down the rest of the tassels. And if your knot comes through like that and you want to hide it, just push it back under like that. Hide it again. Now there's your tassel. Now we need to attach it to the bookmarker. This is what we have the loop here for. Just take one of the ties here, put it through the loop. Then tie a knot. Pull up on the loop here. And use one of the strings to tie another knot. And then I usually get the other string, tie a knot with it too. Just to give it extra. There we go. Now there's a little place here made from when you just tied those. I like to go ahead and bring these tails through this top section just to bring it down into with the rest of them, and then you can bring them through the head area like you did with the other. Pull on this, helps give you some tautness. There you go. And you just want to get your scissors, cut them somewhat even. And still have a tie back here from earlier. I'm just going to get my back stitches again. Pull it through. There we go. Got your daisy bookmarker. Real simple to make, and they're so cute. I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial, and please don't forget to like this video. And also, I always post pictures and new ideas on my Crochet Flower Purse Facebook page, so please check that out. And I also have a web page that I have pictures. It's not just writing the pattern. I add pictures and give detailed explanations. So if you have difficulty reading patterns, then you should go check out my site, because the patterns are almost like a tutorial in themselves. So if you ever find any problems with any of the tutorials, you don't understand something, go check out the site, because it's just a picture. You can, it's not like I'm going really fast, because some people say I go so fast. Just go check out the site, and you may find the answer that you're looking for. Well, thanks for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe.